Hey folks, welcome back to the MTG Sunday Jank-Off with myself, Ben Orbreak, and my friend AlbinoCheesemonkey, where we play Jank Standard decks, new ones every week. Here we go. AlbinoCheesemonkey, what is your deck name and colors this week?
Well, Ben, I looked back at when I started with Bloomborough. It's almost been a year since I started playing Magic, and I've grown as a janker. And at this point, we've been doing this series longer than I've been playing, messing around, showing you my stupid jank brews before streaming it. Which means you've grown a lot to know about me and what I like in Magic. Vehicles, creatures, mounts, most things people don't like because somebody needs to love them. And you also know I love crime. And you can quote me on that.
I will.
And when the crime is a property crime, well, boy, is the crime easy. So today we're playing property crimes, a Golgari deck.
Golgari? But that's the best color combination.
It is.
You're going to do crimes on me with the best color combination?
It'd only be better if it were Abzan. But it's not.
It's not. All right. Well, we're going to see how this goes because I am playing some real jank tonight, folks. This is a bit of a rejank. If you're an OG, you'll know which one this is from. But we're in Demir this time around. And the deck is Outrageous Apparatus.
Interesting.
Most of you could probably guess what that is if you now have some knowledge of the jankier cards of the standard card pool. So let's get right into it.
Esoteric knowledge, you might say?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My hand looks excellent.
My hand would be great if my colors were right. They're not right. Mulligan.
I just realized my colors are wrong. My hand is terrible.
Okay. This will have to do. Oh, yeah, that's no colors there.
Yep. Oh, that's better. This will help. Prime time.
Ouch. First blood.
That property did a crime.
And oh, that was not the land I meant to play. And your engines are started.
That's right. Will it matter? I don't know. Let's have a look. What are we working with here? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like a lot of these things, Ben. Interesting.
Well, my hand is full of duress targets.
Now this crime, are you planning to do a crime on me? Wow.
A robbery? Outrageously? Have you ever heard of the Thoughtseize bug?
No. What is that?
I'll tell you later.
Sounds illegal. Look at this perfectly harmless bird.
Okay.
He's not
now I'm going to tell you about the Thoughtseize bug.
Okay.
The Thoughtseize bug is an old myth on Magic the Gathering Online, where when you cast Thoughtseize targeting your opponent, and you take a card from their hand, the next card they draw on their draw step will be another copy of that card. May I introduce you to Cut Down.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the top card of my deck right now, so if it doesn't change...
No. You Thoughtseize me. Well, duressed me.
Oh, my word. Oh, I got Thoughtseize
You duressed my
bugged.
Cut Down, and you know what the next card I drew was? It's a Cut Down.
I see. Well, anyway.
Oh, another one.
A perfectly harmless bird, committing no crimes.
I'm going to commit a crime, because I'm 3 steps ahead of you.
Okay.
I'm too scared of that card. I don't know what you're doing yet, other than landfall shenanigans.
Alright, here's another bird.
Okay, I'm a little less scared of that bird. No offense to it.
Well, this wasn't the plan, but here you go.
Okay, I'll take
Have
one.
at you. We're gonna watch out. Make sure no one's committing...
Alright.
Well, no one's catching us
Resolves.
committing crimes around here. What are they doing exactly? No flavor text. Ugh. That awkward moment when you right-click a card looking for flavor text and it just isn't there. You're not gonna let me fetch a crime land with this. It's been unbearably hot where we are. I'm a cold weather man myself.
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty warm.
You know what else I hate? Small talk, especially about the weather.
Well, we don't have to do small talk, you know. There's big talks to be had. Big talk.
Like crime, and how I'm going to commit
like crime. We're going to commit so many crimes on each other tonight.
As soon as I get around to it.
I think 90% of the non-land cards in my deck commit crimes. That's a lot of lookouts, isn't it?
I mean, it would be twice the number I have now.
Am I? No, whatever. It resolves.
Crime!
Okay, this is not good.
So much crime!
Oh no, and it gives you back a crime land if you want it.
All the crime!
Okay. I could see some problems being made evident. Okay, yep, yep, okay.
Smack. Why didn't I didn't...
Alright, I'll take...
Sorry, I'm too used to playing against other white players who are running attack hate. I don't know what else to call it. Things that only work when they're adapter hate or attacking.
I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. More crime! Here, I'll give you a card, because it gives me more options.
Huh, that's awkward. I think we're going to get a little outrageous.
I promise that I won't... Oh, okay. I promise that I won't be shouting crime every time, but I might always rhyme.
All right. I don't have a rhyme ready for that rhyme, but I'm just going to say rhyme a couple more times.
Do I like any of this? Ooh, that's a good card. Oh, which counterspell do I want? I'll take the one with lots of options. Plus it fits the theme of my deck. Look, he looks like an outlaw.
Mm-hmm.
Crime!
It's pretty crime focused.
Okay. Maybe I should have held that. You're not ready for Aetherize. I saw your hand. I need to stop shouting crime every time I do crime, or I'm just gonna lose subscribers fast. Also, it makes for bad crimes whenever you shout crime while you're committing crime. Unless, get this, what if you shout crime while committing crime and then point somewhere else? The police will never see it coming.
A diversion.
Now, you may
Well, this
not
could
have
be a lot of crime.
You may not have picked up on it, but there's a tiny, tiny synergy in here. Did you notice that my crime bird is a bird?
I noticed that you had a chocobo also, which
means I can
doubles the
cast
triggers
my
from
crime
birds.
birds off. Yes. Not that one though, because it's the once a turn is a hard once per turn. But it lets me cast them off the top.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Alright, let's do some crime.
I think you got me.
Nice. How could I get you when I'm playing a creature-focused deck against your control deck?
Aetherize is a surprisingly good card in testing, but it's really bad when your opponent knows about it. Alright, let's see. How much mana do you have?
3, 4,
8?
5, 6, 7, 8, yeah.
Yeah, and you took my 3 steps, so I can't syncopate you. Take your pick, I guess. Alright.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this was my pre-combat crime. Okay, that's fine.
No attacks?
No attacks.
Okay. Alright, what does this do for us? Potentially nothing. But I should double check.
Ben, you were around for Thunder Junction. Was anybody playing Raven of Fell Omens in Standard?
Nope, that's considered a draft card.
Nice!
Through and through. I think I'm gonna just do a crime on you.
Okay, are you sure about... Oh, that does count. You're right. Okay.
This is not how I expected this matchup to go. I cast Aether Eyes.
I'm gonna learn something today. Is targeting a spell a crime?
Yep.
Okay. Then GG. Oh, hold on. Let's get another Raven.
Yep, you got me.
Alright.
It's an extra one for good measure. GG.
The crime.
All right, folks, that was
committed.
a criminal game. I want another best of one because you never even got to see my win con.
I'm sorry.
Well, kind of you did, but
I had a bit of a different deck building philosophy today where I was like, or this week where I was like, what if I just played the best cards for the synergy I'm trying to pull off?
yeah. For a similar take on Golgari Landfall, folks, check out Raise the Lands from episode 11 or whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to be different though, so this isn't a mill and then bring them back from the graveyard type of deal.
Yeah, the birds are definitely a jank edition.
So I've been
I'm
wanting...
betting you have your Vine Lasher in there and
It's
Limra and whatever.
somewhere, maybe. This one is actually... So I have this category of jank I call spin-outs. And I think I've described this before, but for any new watchers or of the VOD or anything, part of my jank process is I hunt for synergies, especially weird ones, like the bird crimes. And I should have called this deck Bird Law. Now, that'll be my Azorius bird deck. It's a Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference.
Okay, well that explains why I don't get it.
Is this fine? I don't like
You
it.
fine.
I'm gonna keep it against my better judgment. I'm sure I'll draw better cards.
I'm on the verge of gloom.
Anyway, no
go away. Stop that.
No one's home. Right, I was explaining part of my process. Part of my process is... I'll discover multiple synergies, and I'll usually end up trying to fit a bunch of them in a deck because it's a jank deck. And sometimes things are just jank adjacent enough to what I'm trying to do that I'm like, okay, we're going to have to cut back on... In order to cut back on cards, we're going to have to choose one of these synergies I'm trying to shove in here and save it for another day. So this land crime idea came from, if anyone remembers, Gone Login. Wherein I had that loop
I was wondering if there was a
going.
connection.
Yeah, where I had that loop going where lands would come out of the graveyard and then hit the table, and then I would sacrifice them, and so on and so forth. So this is kind of one of the synergies that I cut from that deck because there was just no room for it. And I decided to make a deck out of it later. And later is now.
Oh, you good. You know how to tap the Bristle Bandit in response to the trigger.
About this time.
Truly,
Stop me
an
this time?
experienced mage.
Mystical Teaching.
Man,
Search your library.
you've got a lot of hand hate, main board. This is
Yeah,
good against control decks.
This isn't like me, I know, but look at him. It's got heist in the word. And it's Bloomborough, so I can't hate it too much, right? Deadly Cover-Up's a problem. Deadly Cover-Up's a big problem.
That's why I selected it with my stock up. Okay, Island pass.
Mystical Teaching. Search your library for an instant card. I haven't seen this card. Did you have to craft this one? Looks like you did.
Yeah, but it's an uncommon.
Yeah, because it's in that, Notably, watchers, the reason I have the collector badge is because of the extended length that it was around, I went out of my way to get every card in Foundations. What do I want to do here? I mean, you can just counter things. Oh, let's just keep ramping.
Okay. Remember, you can cast that deadly cover up at some point, too.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of counter spells.
Splonk away.
That's a land.
It's a good land.
Aren't you so glad I'm playing Arid Archway? It's one of your favorites.
I know. I'm an Arid Archway fan. I really shouldn't be. It's almost a trap card, but it's so fun when it does something.
It does stuff.
All right. Well, I'm gonna at least show you.
Okay.
The Mind Splice Apparatus. It's half of the deck name, so it must be important.
Oh, it's not the esoteric. What was the one I was thinking of? The esoteric.
You're probably thinking of esoteric
Yeah,
duplicator, which could work in this deck, but I'm splicing minds and taking time. Do we care about that?
It's just a little bird.
Well, that little bird killed me last time.
Are you asking
Results.
if the raven, the omen of the raven, is fell or not?
Yeah, how fell is it? Oh, that's pretty fell. Those are some fell omens. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, tap that mana so you can cast Deadly Cover Up if you need to.
Okay, and now deadly. I guess there was no reason not to attack there. But
Yeah, no attacks.
I don't attack a
Okay.
lot in this deck, believe it or not.
I present to my apparatus.
Alright, let's read this. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on the artifact. Instance and so. Ooh, that's a cool card. Do you have any instants and sorceries in your deck this week, Ben?
Riddle me this. Do I have any instants or sorceries in my hand?
You do.
Again.
I didn't get any nice decks during testing on this one. If anyone was waiting for the nice deck report.
Let's go Skullgari. People are biased against Skullgari.
And crime. Not even when I played the common bird that nobody ever gets to see.
It's true. I would have nice decked you for the Raven of Fell Omens. Well, actually, I wouldn't have because I have emotes turned off. Because they don't add much to my play experience. Look, I have 2 apparatuses.
Apparati, I believe. Probably not. I'm just making that up.
You may believe if you wish. Thank you, Lucia, for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, Lucia.
We're Jank-Off in Standard.
We are playing Property Crimes, wherein I do crimes, and the crime pays. Ooh, that's a good crime.
And I am playing Outrageous Apparatus, in which my apparatus becomes outrageous.
Returning
Oh,
player.
we can just...
Yeah.
Do we have mana to do everything we want? Basically.
I mean,
Alright,
am
I'll
I just...
syncopate for X equals 4.
Alright. In we go.
Sure. We be blasting. Oh, I should have cast another spell there. Oops. Alright, well, we can do it. Actually, we could have done that even better. Man, there would have been a better line to do that. I don't know if I'm going to show the audience, though, because... Okay, so how much is this to crack? 3? This triggers from committing a crime. Okay. Best turn.
That's not what I was hoping for.
I'm starting to think that the Murex is not good in this deck, folks.
I'm sad that I can't do crime this turn.
I'm glad that you can't do crime this turn. Well, anyway, started blasting.
Well, no creatures anyway, so... Wait, an opponent's graveyard is my graveyard? Oh, wait, no, sorry. I'm, Yep. 2, 4, 6... Alright.
Alright, so what would you extract from my deck? My Stinkapates, my 3 steps, mystical teachings, go for the... Probably mystical teachings is what you're going for. Do I care? Well, I'm just casting response, and then you can take something else if you want. How's that?
Okay. I mean, I know one thing that's in your hand.
Take some hand also? That's right.
It does, yeah.
Then we will... Actually, hang on. I think I have a better plan. I think I'd rather just do this.
Yeah, that works.
Alright, we're getting oily, boys.
Alright, I'm getting nervous now. The crime density was not high enough. Ooh, that's rough.
Behold, Apparatus the third.
Almost like omniscience at home.
We're good. We chilling.
I'm really glad I added that extra land. That was a good call.
Behold, Apparatus the fourth. I swear this will become relevant.
I'm excited to see. Yeah, that's gonna get sideboarded out.
Should I just keep memeing?
Yeah, do
I
it.
should probably just keep memeing, shouldn't I? No,
Well,
I shouldn't.
I can't
I
burst
should be
8.
responsible.
It's not like your Raise the Lands deck. I can't burst 8 damage in a single turn from nothing. But foolish of me to put creature interaction in my main deck against a foe such as Ben.
Indeed. It might have been a mistake. Get it?
Oh.
You might.
Now, if you don't understand the joke, he said it might have been a mistake, right as he was creating a might token. Now,
Indeed.
I know that the words are spelled differently. However, they are pronounced the same. All right.
Thank you for over-explaining.
You're welcome. It makes the joke funnier.
I am all 3 steps ahead of you. I just need to choose my targets.
I mean, is that basically free to do all 3 at this point?
I need to pay 2 blue for the whole thing. We'll keep memeing.
Does the spree cost count for the reduction?
The colorless pips in the spree cost do.
Okay.
But the counter mode does have a blue pip in it,
yeah.
so that doesn't get reduced. Alright, so how much cost reduction do we have now? 14, 23, 27,
Are you gonna do your
28,
thing?
29, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. No. Island pass.
How does this apply to X spells, out of curiosity?
Oh, that's a good question. Why would you ask that?
Oh, I may or may not see one in your hand right now.
An axe spell in my hand right now?
Yeah,
Couldn't be.
from way back in the day. It's outrageous.
My apparatuses are outrageous.
No, your robbery that you're going to commit. We don't do crime here, Ben. I just lied. Which isn't a crime. Unless you're in ancient
It's true.
Persia, I think.
All right, this is the record for most apparatuses I've had. By the way, we're gonna attack
1, 2,
in.
3, 4, 5. You should just kill me with poison, I think.
No, I have a
That's the
more
game
fun way to
plan,
do it.
right?
On your upkeep, it's time to go outrageous, folks.
I've got 38 cards in my deck, just as a reminder.
I'm gonna pay X equals 38 for outrageous robbery, which costs me 2 mana.
Oh,
I will now pass your draw step.
no! Oh, you didn't even want to spend some time looking at my deck. You know what? How about I'll just tell you.
We're
about
about
it after
to.
this. Well, we both got to see what our decks are doing, so that was wonderful.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
All right, I can go first,
Sure.
since it's fresh on the folks' brain. I think you went first last time. Folks, this is outrageous apparatus. You saw it in action. Our apparatus does get outrageous, because our build-around card is the Mind's Place apparatus, which is a simple 4-mana artifact with flash, which at the beginning of my upkeep gets an oil counter, and reduces instant and sorcery spells by 1 generic mana for each oil counter on it. So generally, you might play this turn 4, and then turn 5, you can cast a stock up for 2 mana instead of 3. But we want to go bigger than that. We want to copy it with things like a 3 steps ahead, which for a total of 4 mana can create a copy of it. Note that the spree cost for it is, as we said, reduced by the apparatus itself if you have one in play already. So if you have an apparatus with 3 oil counters, you can make a copy for 1 mana. You can also throw in a counter target spell for another couple mana. And often, once we're in control of the game, we're casting 3 steps ahead for 2 blue mana and all 3 nodes, to making more apparatuses, which make our spells more cheaper, much more cheaper. We can also proliferate them with experimental augury, which helps us dig for our apparatus, looking at the top 3 cards of our library and putting one into our hand, and proliferates counters, including oil counters, like those upon the apparatus. We can tutor for apparatus with mystical teachings, which doesn't just search for instants, it also searches for any card with flash, like Mind Splice Apparatus. Teachings is a very good card in this deck because both it and its flashback cost have only 1 colored pip in them, so the remainder of the cost will get reduced by apparatuses. So this is how we can find counter spells or interaction when we need it. We can teachings for just 1 black or 1 blue mana once we have our apparatus engine going. And that is a pretty big once we have our apparatus engine going, because it's a very slow win con, as we saw. So we need to stay alive. We got counter spells like Syncopate, which is very good with apparatus because you can often cast it for just 1 blue mana and it counters anything because the X cost is also reduced by the apparatus. We have some generic interaction like Spell Pierce, Go for the Throat, Cut Down, and a single deadly cover-up to keep us alive.
Syncopate.
We have Aetherize.
Syncopate was just reprinted in Final Fantasy as well. That's why I recognized it.
That's why it's here. Aetherize is a spicy one of include because you can tutor for it with mystical teachings at instant speed. And finally, we have a finale of Revelation to just do it all again. If we are running low on gas, we got our apparatus engine set up, but we don't have interaction and we don't have our payoffs yet. This resets our deck basically, gives us a big old hand that we won't have to discard from, and ensures that we'll be able to end the game.
You could draw like
how do we actually end the game?
Cards with that.
I could, but that would be a bad idea. We end the game with Outrageous Robbery. It's in the title. Which for 2 black mana, we win the game. That's the goal. It just takes a long time to get there. Because we can exile our opponent's whole deck, and when they try to draw off an empty deck, that's a loss to mill. In the mana base, I don't think I mentioned the Micah's Gardens, which can become another apparatus. We've got a single blast zone, should probably run 2 because of the synergy with experimental augury, proliferating blast zone counters. And we got 4 demolition fields, which is probably too many, to be honest. And the sideboard, we have cool things that we'll have to see in our best of 3 games coming up after
Notably, a
this
land
deck breakdown.
that does a crime.
A land that does a crime? I do, or you do?
Demolition field.
Oh, demolition field does do crimes. It's a criminal land over there. I'm interested to see more lands with crimes, so let's move on over to my friend AlbinoCheesemonkey's deck tech. Tell us, AlbinoCheesemonkey, about property crimes.
All right. Game plan is simple. Do crime, get paid. So, our interaction, as you saw, we mainboard hand interaction because control is our worst matchup. Because we're a very, very creature-based deck, as I am wont to do. Speaking of creatures, let's talk about them. Some of them commit crimes. The iridescent lasher commits crimes. In fact, it commits crimes so well, you could even get 2 of them. Double your crime.
Crimes with your children.
That's right. That is actually the only creature that commits crimes that I remember, because we're mostly going to be committing our crimes with our lands. So let's talk about committing crimes with the lands. The Chocobo kick commits crimes. Notably, if you kick it, you can return one of your crime lands to your hand, which is actually an upside in this deck. So usually, this is my new card. It's my choice for creature interaction in this deck. I run it 2 of, because when I use it, not only do I get to double the power of the creature that deals damage to the other creature, I can return a desert or some other crime land to my hand to commit a crime. And then Spelunking is for efficiency. We can also talk about Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. I can take their lands too. Better extra points if their lands commit crimes, which isn't always the case, but it helps us trigger landfall with our Lasher. And it itself commits crimes.
That's true. Target opponent.
That's right. And then we've got a Chocobo. This Chocobo doubles triggers off of birds entering, which is not what we're doing today. Notably, I think people are trying to get bird tribal landfall decks going with this card, but not I. I said that's too obvious, even though it sounds very fun. I am going to look at the other part that says, if a land you control enters the battlefield, cause the triggered ability of a permanent to trigger twice. So, the triggers that are triggering twice are the Iridescent Vine Lasher, the Hard Bristle Brandit, our ramp, the Free Strider Lookout, more ramp, and grabs more lands, and the Raven of Fell Omens, which notably is a bird. If we read the first paragraph, you can look at the top card of your library anytime and play lands or cast birds. So by putting 4 Ravens of Fell Omens, I am that much more likely to be able to cast off of the top of my deck instead of my hand. Very, very nice little tiny synergy there. Because that's what I'm all about. We've got a Gix for good measure, because I noticed that I don't have a lot of card draw, and this seemed like the best option for me. And we've got a Lumra to potentially end games if I'm not committing crimes at a rate that I like. I can force the issue with a giant bear that mills lands and then pulls them out of the graveyard. And
hopefully with a Vine Lasher on the battlefield.
Right, hopefully with a Vine Lasher on the battlefield. So we play that as a one of, it is an emergency win con. Generally, we're trying to just ping them down with the Lasher and or Raven, which we were able to do in the first best of one. So, talk about the lands. I've got the starting town because it's neat and it's new and I like it. Also because this started its life as a 3-color deck, so I probably don't actually need this now that I've gone down to 2, but it is what it is. We've got the Pit of Offerings. Graveyard Hate, crimes, what's not to love? Demolition Field, crime, plus landfall trigger, for me and for them. Arid Archway, ramp, and lets me bounce my crime lands that enters when they back to hand. Speaking of which, the Festering Gulches enters the battlefield, commits a crime, bounce them back with Chocobo Kicker or Arid Archway, or just pull them back out of the graveyard if they got in there for some reason. And then we're playing the Amonkhet Raceway, which is our only speed synergy. Why? because if you get to max speed, you can do free crimes by targeting your opponent's creatures and giving them haste.
Huh. Well, that's something I never thought I'd hear.
Yep. So,
Question about the lands, though.
yes.
Why only 2 Wastewood Verge?
It's a good question. I think I forgot to really fix the mana base when I went down from 3 colors. There used to be red in this deck. There was a new card.
Oh, I see.
There was a new card from Final Fantasy that was just a 2-drop 2/1 that also pinged the opponent whenever a land fell. But I noticed that it hits each opponent and therefore was not a crime and did not deserve the deck space and did not deserve playing red just to play it. Wasn't criminal enough. Yeah,
Too straight for this deck.
Yeah, exactly. We got Scavenger's Regents as our board wipe of choice main deck. And yeah, Spelunking helps your tap lands come in straight and draw more, and maybe play an extra on the battlefield if you get lucky. So that's the Land Crimes, one of the simpler decks I've ever built. Very, very fun.
All right. Shall we get back to our best of 3?
Absolutely.
Now that we're no longer blind. All right, let's see here.
I await your challenge eagerly.
Okay. The challenge will come. Challenge. We're playing tournament match. Outrageous Apparatus. Challenge has been sent.
Unfortunately, it's not a friendly tournament match. You can only do friendly brawls.
Yes, so we're doing a unfriendly tournament match, obviously.
Right. Now we have to test your theory about the colors. Are they going to be black? Lots of black in the stands?
Well, kind of purple probably, but maybe a lot of blue.
I just saw a bunch of them despawn and then respawn in as different colors. I think that leads credence to your theory.
That happens when we draw from our deck, I think. Or I'm seeing a lot of blue, a lot of green, and a lot of purple. Do you see any like white?
I do not. I only see
or
those
red.
Three. I'll have to take a better look. I have to mulligan this hand though because I can't cast these spells. All right, I don't like it, but I'll keep it.
Yeah, I didn't love my hand either, but I think we'll just trust in the top of the deck, not the heart of cards, the top of the deck.
Get our engine started.
Okay. 2 blue mana, never did anything harmful. Oh, your bandit's so hard. It's just bristling.
He doesn't take compliments well. He bristles at them. Oh, interesting. I guess I do have enough mana to offspring this immediately, don't I?
That seems like a scary card against me.
Ugh. Always 3 steps ahead, aren't you?
I try to be.
All right. Let me think. Enter here.
Okay, stride away.
Gotta commit a land crime. Get a Dimir land. Tap for black. Commit another crime.
Look out.
And with our extra...
I don't like this.
Alright. You got me. I ran out of mana.
I think I'm going to do this now. Because you might notice that I'm playing a Dimir deck and only have 1 color of lands on the battlefield.
Okay. What color do I want? So hard, I got 2 choices.
What color do you want? Do you really, really want? Land pass.
Would really have loved to commit crimes here today. But alas, I think I'll
The crimes aren't paying.
I think I'll just hit you.
That seems like a crime, but it's not according to the game rules.
No.
You know, just attacking someone's not a crime in Magic. Just try it sometime, folks. Go to a tournament and just attack someone.
That's right. Oh, that's not great.
We be splicing dice. Let's see what lies in our future. Let's take stock of the situation. Ooh, these are good cards.
Stonks. You forgot to say stonks.
Stonks. Oh, I did. I never remember when I do it. Because I'm too busy thinking about, okay, what card do I need?
Okay. You know what? I'll just get this out here now when I don't need it. Up and at him. Okay.
Down, boy. Speed. Sure. I'll bite.
You know, visitors to the town of Hardbristle found the locals to be quite prickly.
I don't think you have any graveyard hate main board other than Pit of Offerings, and we already saw that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's correct. All right. Get ready for a blast. Hope you're ready for some long games, folks.
What are the chances you have a counterspell? Probably pretty good.
I'm running, what, 10 main board? Time to teach you a lesson.
Well, now you're definitely gonna.
Mystically.
Oh, instant aura card with flash. Neat.
It's a tutor for my apparatuses.
That's a new card, right? Not a reprint?
It's a Foundations card.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it is actually a reprint. But someone more knowledgeable than I in the chat, or someone with access to Google, will have to inform me.
Behold your 13-turn clock. 12-turn now.
On to 12. Okay. Okay. 6 turn. But you know whose turn it is now? It's almost my turn.
Uh-oh. Is that a bad thing?
Let's grab... an apparatus.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to tap differently, but oh well.
4, 5, 6.
Screwed myself over.
It wasn't the auto tapper's fault?
Wasn't the auto tapper's fault.
I wasn't watching you tap land, sorry. I don't generally like to watch other people tap things.
Yeah, it's... feels like a violation of privacy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just watch them tap away.
Oh.
I'm taking your heists. Oh, nice Limra. Right, is there anything... what else do I have to... okay, Realmbreaker we definitely don't want to be drawn, but... I think Heist is too annoying of a card.
But Ben, it lets you draw a card.
If
all
you
right,
cast it,
well...
it's Heist.
I don't know that you're
sorry,
going to
you cast
tap
it,
yourself
gift.
out any more than this, so... let's see it.
You might have heard of the 1-step and the 2-step. May I introduce you to the 3-step.
That's right. Alright.
I'm in control here.
That's right. How archetypical of you.
I'm gonna stonks. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough matchup. Pre-board. I'm just surprised I got that first one. You must have not gotten what you needed.
It was... Yeah, we just didn't have the right interaction against you, more or less. We want this, and we want this. What is it? Okay, I can't play that yet. No. I don't care.
Just a harmless bird. You don't need to counter that.
Okay, I'm going to syncopate for 13. I can't even see all the numbers. Let's just syncopate for 17, which is the numbers I can see. Oh, you didn't want to pay 17?
Didn't even give me a chance to pay it. What is the counter to a counter spell? Another counter spell?
Yeah, you can get counter wars. Hand hate is actually really good against counter spells also. So duress, Thoughtseize in standard obviously, but cruel cause, heist is. Which is why I extracted them from your deck. Let's teach our friend a lesson.
Me?
Oh, I did not mean to proliferate my blast zone. Yeah, sorry, I took mystical teaching, so I'll cast it in a moment.
Oh. What's my lesson?
Your lesson will be... You will get to see what I pick. Your lesson will be...
You'll make a control mage out of me yet. I don't know. I don't know if you will.
Probably just 3 steps.
Alright, what's the first step?
Well, the next step... I can tell you what the next step is. Because we don't have enough to mill you out yet. The next step will be... How many can I tap for this? 10, 17, 23, 28, 29, 30? Okay. This sounds like a fun thing to do.
Ooh, it's an egg. Oh, you could have cast it for like 9 more, you know.
I don't want to mill out. Alright, 30 card hand. Make that 29.
What is allowing you to keep all the cards?
It's its own effect. Finale of Revelation. For the rest of the game, you have no maximum hand size.
I see the emblem. Okay. Aha.
I don't blame you if you concede. I think I think I will be able to finish you off shortly. So
I want to see it though. It's
okay.
not often you get to see someone with their deck in their hands.
Do you want to pay 20? Oh no. Okay.
Aha! Can't counter that.
It's true. I take 1. I don't have the tech for dealing with that. Let's cast an apparatus. Let's teach you a lesson. The lesson will be... Oh, we don't have a lot of lessons left. Our deck's mostly empty. Let's do some augury.
We're waiting on the hubris win, everybody.
Yeah, it's true. Let's do another augury. Let's do another augury. Surely this will be enough.
Man, people are in the stands looking real blue right now.
Oh, does it even change based on what's in your hands? I think we cracked it.
No,
folks.
I just saw. They're changing. You can see them changing.
Alright, so let's
live.
count up, folk. We need to count to 38. We have 14, 11, makes 25, 35. Okay, yeah, we got it.
Didn't you win by casting 30 around 38 last time? Is that the number of the
Yeah.
day?
Apparently, that's just this deck's clock. It will win on turn 22 or whatever.
Outrageous.
All right, like 20-something cards in hand, 38 cards exiled.
Now you have my deck in your hands.
Yes, I have both our decks in my hands. We're janking off together. All right, best of 3, eh?
Yep. I think I should I sideboard this in? How do we counter this? This? Well, let's remove the Chocobo kicks. Right before he puts in all of his creatures. Yeah, this will all be good. Alright, now we gotta remove some stuff.
Alright, I think this looks good. So, we've heard of main board and sideboard. We've heard of being above board and maybe below board. But what about B-side board and in front board and behind board? On board, yes, another preposition. On board and off board. Inboard and outboard? Outboard, definitely. I don't know what inboard, though. You're bored and I'm bored.
Urborg.
Urborg? No, that's not in Standard.
Some version of him is.
It's in Pioneer, though.
Some version of
no,
Urborg.
I think Urborg's a place. It's a land. A legendary land.
Oh, okay. I just know about like Urborgs per possession and
Urborg repossession, not Urborgs with an apostrophe. Just placing them. That's like Detroit repossession.
Makes sense.
You know? Watch out for that Detroit repossession. The repo folks are going to come for you.
Alright.
No fear of my spell pierce?
Nah, I mean, what... Honestly, Ben, it's less likely that someone has an answer than... It's more likely that they don't have an answer than they do. It's just statistics.
And, anyways, like, it gets a spell pierce out of my hand either way if I had it.
Alright.
So Duress is, yes, a very good card against me.
There's a lot of good...
My deck is, it's all Duress targets and lands.
Yeah, but I hate all of this. One of them's your win con.
That'd be outrageous if I fired that off.
One of them's annoying. Alright, let's get rid of your tutor. Kind of. Make it more expensive, at least.
Okay.
Did you draw it?
Another one. Yeah, I did, actually. Did you see this mystical teachings in my hand? That wasn't my hand last turn. Thought sees, bug strikes again. So, are you just gonna keep firing off hand hate, or are you gonna play some real magic? Says the man sitting here countering spells all game. All right, the lookout strides free, but your lookout has a fatal flaw: a throat.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Can't say I love that.
Fortunately, you're not doing a lot of land stuff today. Not doing a lot of land stuff today.
Yeah, that's your job.
Alright, how about this one? Gonna spend 5 at sorcery speed on your next turn?
No, I'll just tell you that it's the end.
Okay.
Ravens of Fell Omens, Cruel Colossus Heist, Season of Gathering. Okay, well, we need to watch out for that. Silverback Elder, eh?
Monkey. Notably, Silverback Elder, I think, if I'm reading it correctly, as long as it hits the board, the spell doesn't have to resolve. It just has to hit the stack for it to trigger, right?
Yep, it's a cast trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, folks, what do we take here? I think we just kind of have to take this.
Okay. Start with this. Just a bird.
Okay.
Play one of these. It's just a vacuum.
It's a vacuum that commits crimes.
Free crimes.
I'd rather you pay for your crimes.
Okay.
Now pay for your crimes.
Alright. Land. Heist.
Alright, let me check something. Resolves.
Alright. What did I get you? A lot of things I don't like here. A lot of things I don't like. Most of all this. For now.
You took my Doodly cover up.
Yeah. Right?
May I present to you an apparatus?
Interesting. It is your end step, right? I've gotten that wrong before.
Okay, let's see here.
Just some honest magic going on this week on the Jank-Off. Good, honest magic.
Kind of a combo deck v combo deck situation.
You a fan of combos? The pretzel snack?
It has been so long since I've had them that I have no idea.
This land enters, tap, choose a color. Oh, I don't really care about Sunken Citadel. I think I want your crime land.
Okay. May I present my apparatus? Oh, I thought it was your end step, not my end step. Womp womp. Yep. Well, that's on me. I was going to cast it on your end step and then untap with protection. Yeah. But, wrong end step.
It's hard, you know? Magic is hard sometimes.
Yeah, let's just cut this down.
Okay. Well, I'll commit a crime real quick. Probably should have hit one of your verges, but...
Yes, because I can sacrifice my own demolition field in response.
Yeah. Listen, I'm new to this whole using abilities on lands thing. Or using this whole using lands as control elements thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying for a while, but I'm still not any good at it. I think I've only ever resolved one blasted demolition. Alright, well, I know what's in your hand, and none of it's counter spells. So, let's hit the field with this.
Okay. The Shadow Lord.
That's right. A reprint with... I don't know why I got this version. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of these full art ones from Final Fantasy. I find them kind of hard to read. But all of the ones I've seen, this is the least The most legible one.
All right, now on your end step,
Okay.
I'll cast Mystical Teachings, summoning a Mind Splice Apparatus into my hand, and then totally not cast it on my own end step. I'm instead going to stock up. We're going to take this and this. I don't have to show you what they are, because I'm so secretive, so safe.
Okay, on your end step. I'm going to get a crime, but it's not going to pay quite a lot. Might give me a land.
It's going to pay off a land. I don't know. I think you've got a pretty good sideboard plan for me, and your main board isn't bad either. So I'm feeling a little sketched out, a little sketchy.
Yeah, my jank usually doesn't work. What is happening? Well,
we're even on the best of ones, and if this game goes your way, we'll be even on this best of 3. So could be a long night, folks.
Add 1 mana of any color. Activate only if this land into this turn. Create a might. Do I want mites? I might.
You might not. Doesn't commit crimes, I will note.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'll take your dimension field.
Okay, this is my end step. You know what got me confused? It's that you never play on my end step. So if something's happening on the end step, I assume it's your end step.
My 6-month plan has finally come to fruition. Let's see. Let's... Let's hit the Microsoft Gardens. That was kind of annoying last time.
A yield to your field, which is really my field.
My town is just starting. I'm going to hit you. Notably, I think the Shadow Lord can be searched for 10 mana by the Realmbreaker tree, so look out for that.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. I thought Realmbreaker didn't have any targets in your deck, but you're right. You got a Gix in there. Gix in here, Gix in there, Gix in every
Nothing like
which way.
paying 10 mana to tutor your 3 mana Praetor to the battlefield.
Yeah, but it draws cards.
That's true.
Does the Realmbreaker or the Invasion Tree draw cards? I don't think so. End turn.
Oh, forgot to use my tree. Alright, what is in your hand? What is in your hand?
Could be anything. Anything in my whole deck.
Right here. I'm gonna hit you with Gix, if you allow it.
Ouch.
Draw a card.
Crime pays life.
Do I use his ultimate ability? Let me think.
I've done it like once. It wasn't very good.
Exile
It's up
top.
to you.
Why would I want to play your spells? I like my spells better.
Yeah, my spells don't work very well with your
No,
deck,
they
I
don't.
will say.
They don't.
Alright. So go ahead, use your cards.
Alright, I'm gonna play a vacuum. He's thinking.
Resolves.
I'm going to... Interesting. I think Gix has served me well. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Resolves.
here? What do we got? I think I think you're only playing one of a lot of these.
Which is it? Especially post-board, you don't know. Could be anything.
Alright, let's hit the stock up.
Stonks.
Good choice. Looks like a pretty good choice.
Yeah, it's just cards. It's a card that turns into the cards.
Alright, you do have a counter spell. You do have a mind apparatus. You're having trouble getting your apparatus going.
Yeah, some folks have trouble with getting their apparatus going. It's a normal thing.
Okay, well. There's one.
I present another.
Good, honest magic. Let's do some
Island
crime.
pass turn.
Get rid of that.
Time to teach you a lesson about instant speed.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. You got me there.
Got some mystical teachings going on.
Oh. That's interesting. What if I had more vacuums?
Well, then I wouldn't have a graveyard, would I? You're not going to find any creatures in my graveyard, though.
That's true. That's
This
true.
deck is creatureless, both hand and sideboard. I'm not going to play anything on my end step.
Alright, you've got 5 of mana, you've got 2... Your steps, so many steps ahead.
You could see my whole hand, yeah, and my graveyard. It could be... It's just all open information. Fire away.
Okay, let's start with this. Green is really the best color, isn't it? Is that all Jank-Off is? Just a 26 episode series where AlbinoCheesemonkey comes to learn why green is the best color?
I would love that.
Alright, you've got another one.
Tried to destroy me, but I came back only stronger.
How about this? You're fine with this, right? It's just a bear.
Yep.
You can
Yep,
bear
I'm
it.
fine with that. Yep. Ouch.
Just a couple of little damages.
Ouch. It's a very lethal bear. But your bear has one weakness. A throat.
It's true. Unfortunately, you do know what the last card in my hand is.
Yep. Are you willing? Are you really willing to shut off your season of gathering?
I mean, you would just counter it.
Oh, sorry, to shut off your Realm Breaker? I could let it hit. And then that pesky Realm Breaker's gone. I never know when you're going to summon out a Praetor to smash my face, you know?
Yeah.
Any number of Praetors, really.
I'm worried that you have some kind of, like, way to get stuff. There aren't any cards in Magic that let you get instants and sorceries out of your graveyard, right?
There definitely are.
We're getting there.
Alright.
Slowly but surely.
Just got to bounce that land another 4 times and I'm done for.
I gotta figure out how to get that counter spell out of your hand.
How about play a spell that I counter? Alright, my apparatuses are ticking up.
They are. They are.
How many cards do I have? 14 cards left in deck, eh? Okay. You have 30. Okay.
gonna have less.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. From the beginning of the deck, I was pretty worried about seeing that one Realm Breaker in your deck because Dimir notorious for not being able to remove artifacts very well.
Well, the beautiful thing about Realm Breaker in landfall decks is you can play the other person's lands too, and the crime triggers are once per turn, which includes your turn. So you know, it made sense. It made sense. It wasn't specifically a tech against you, but I think it was just I was looking for good ways to do crimes on your turn, for on the cheap, and it in a landfall deck it felt right.
I think it's good to include it. I like a good one over Realm Breaker.
I'm gonna surveil.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Interesting.
Is it? Actually? No, actually. In this specific case, not right now. Alright, let's get something. The clock is running down on me.
Okay. Your ghost vacuum is 3 steps ahead of mine. Mine? I don't have a ghost vacuum. Surely I don't have a ghost vacuum.
Making full use of your end step here.
Oh lord, here comes another one. Tap for blue.
Alright. Oh, good thing I'm running so many basics.
You're basic.
We're not done. More vacuums.
Okay.
Okay. It's Chocobo time.
That gives you card advantage, doesn't it?
Yes. Alright. Now the question is, what is that last card in your hand? I don't know. I'm gonna risk it. Wait, no, I'm not. Not yet. Not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apologies to those waiting in suspense. I've actually got to think now. Ugh. Can you imagine thinking while playing Magic? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I've got the mana. Yeah, it's getting a little low, Ben.
I know.
You know, there was a very brief time in testing where I had the Deep Muck Desperado in this deck.
Of course you did. Our favorite Homerade.
I would have won by now. Darn. I'll get another demolition field. Alright. I'm gonna make use of this. Yeah. I just want to make sure I get full use out of my artifacts for reasons. And is that last one in your hand a counterspell?
Maybe. Maybe not.
I can't really use these other modes, but... Is it a counterspell? It wasn't a counterspell.
I've tricked you. You've blown up your own
enchantments too.
Tree. I've got another one.
Oh, okay. How much mana do you have? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not helpful. Does he have any more basics?
Maybe, maybe not. I realize I made a mistake, folks.
Uh-oh.
That's okay.
Is it going to be the self-mill I've been hoping for 26 episodes?
Could be.
It could be if I don't find a way to actually do 4 damage. As long as you can't cast X equals 25.
Resolves.
Alright. Give it haste.
That works.
Let's attack.
No blocks?
Okay. In the words of my friend Ben, my cheeks are clenched. No, I'm butt clenched. Clenched butts. My butts. Dang it, I messed it up. What do you say?
We clenching, something like that? I don't know.
Yeah. My cheeks are clenched. Waiting. With bated breath.
Let's see what we can do here.
Ooh, you have Oh, that's my monkey. Never mind. Oh, where are you getting all this life from?
Interesting. It's crime time.
Oh boy. Getting flashbacks to our end of set Tarkir hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo?
Brawl. Alright.
Are you afraid I'll beat you with your own cards?
I mean, you can just block for some strange reason.
Alright. Frankie
You
Peanuts,
sure did
Peanuts
recover
asks,
a lot of health.
is this a Teachings control deck? Maybe. Yes, we are playing Outrageous Apparatus and almost going to lose this game. We will see. My friend, I have a gift for you.
You're not gonna like what you see, or maybe you will. I don't know. Oh, okay. You made me draw.
I like... Yeah, I have a gift.
It's a gift.
We come with gifts. I'm gonna gain some life.
I have such a good deck. Watch it being played against me.
I'm going to tell you a story. The story begins with the end.
Okay. Ooh. No lands left in deck, okay.
Going to make sure your chocobos travel away to the exile zone. I'm going to get hard.
Bristly.
And bristly. Yep. And even harder. I've exceeded your life total.
All this work for nothing.
I still have 2 cards. Anything could happen. You've got another Realm Breaker in there?
Oh boy.
Running low on time on that clock. Okay. You're Raven. Its omens are fell.
I'm gonna commit a crime. Fast monkey.
Okay, crime committed.
I think I'm dead. 5.
Why's that? You can
3,
block.
4, 5, 6. Oh wait, okay, I can block. For now. Unless you have... No, I took my creature removal out sideboard. Oh, wait, no I didn't. Oh, I was so close.
Terra Sunder is not usually creature removal.
I was so
certainly
close.
Can be.
Oh, man.
Folks, may I present to you the backup plan? The backup plan is to win with 1 card in deck by stealing the opponent's cards and casting them ourselves.
Oh, I was so close. Alright, game 3.
Yes.
Game 3. Or did I not win
Victory
game 1?
is sweet. You did not win game 1.
Oh, Okay.
What, you want another grueling control best of 3?
We don't have time. I don't
Are you
think.
conceding to me the power jank of the week?
I mean, I don't think this deck can beat yours. I really don't.
I really think it can.
Do you have faith in me? Do you want to go for it?
Well, each of our clocks is limited to like 30 minutes or whatever, so
Okay. All right. We can go again.
what's going to happen?
Or ask the peanut gallery if they want to see another one.
I think the peanut gallery is mostly just tuned in, so
Okay. All right. We'll do it.
we got to do some outrageous best of 3ing.
All right.
Notably, if you win this, we're still tied. We have to do a best of 1 to really decide the Jank King.
Oh yeah, I would lose that. All right.
You got great cards pre-board. You've got a Realm Breaker. You've got Hand Hate.
I gotta risk it.
All right. I'm on the verge of gloom.
My risk was rewarded. Let's have a look.
Okay. Take your pick. My stonks?
Yep.
You took my stonks?
I did.
Okay.
Because the rest of your hand
stonks
looked
are
bad.
down.
The rest of your hand looked bad. And also,
Sorry to sink your attempt at
it's okay.
heisting me,
Now.
but I play another island and pass.
All right. I was rewarded
With green mana.
with green mana. Yep. Gonna syncopate that.
No.
Okay. Property crimes. Crime pays. Crime is fun. In this game, the one committing the crimes has won every game.
Because we're both feeling a little criminal today.
Yeah. Can't counter lands.
I could counter the activated ability if I had the right card in my deck.
True. Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
triggered ability. That's not activated. Oh, another one. Your gulch really festers today.
It truly does. Well,
Resolves.
we ramping. Smack. I'm off to a pretty good start here. Good start. This has been
Stonks.
It's been one of the better janks.
I don't like this hand very much. Not hand.
We
These
got to start
choices.
thinking about the Heart of Jank award, though.
I think I have my decision.
Okay.
I might have made a misplay there.
I did, or you?
Me.
Okay. All right. It's bird time.
Okay.
It's
Any bird value?
Free Strider lookout time.
Okay.
It's hit you in the face time.
Okay. Sorry, bird. Travel to the graveyard, please.
I was really happy when I read Traveling Chocobo. A little bit annoyed because I have about 27 deck ideas on the back burner by this point. Because as we know, every jank spawns 3 or 4 other jank ideas. The jank
never
flows
end.
freely. And, Aetherize, question mark? No? Okay.
Maybe. But I didn't cast it.
And one of them was a Tribal Birds deck, but it was Azorius, and now if I want to do it, I feel like I am obligated to add green.
Ooh, that's a lot of crimes.
Is it? I do. Oh, I missed. I whiffed. Not on that one, though. Got something on that one.
Down to 5.
Aetherize?
Mystical Teachings.
1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a throat. Oh,
Nope, 8th Rise.
For some reason I thought it was a 5-cost spell, but yeah. Alright, we'll put one back.
You can just replay them, but
Oh, I have enough to replay both, yeah. Alright, you got another turn.
I think you're better teched than I am game 1 than I'm teched for you game 1, to be honest.
That's true, yeah.
Enter.
It was you that taught me that one of the better counters to control decks, and I had a 90% chance you were going to be playing a control deck this week, because there's 10% of the time you play green stompy creatures.
It's at least 20%. Not necessarily green creatures, but creatures of some kind.
Okay, 80% chance you play control, and you were the one that taught me the best way to counter control is hand hate, at least in black.
Guess what I'm getting?
You have more than one copy?
I don't know.
Oh, throats. You found... Ah, oh, darn me for having throats.
Your lookout has a weakness. It's throat.
Wasn't there a week where you had to sideboard that out? I can't remember which week that was.
Probably. I don't know. When did you play a deck with lots of artifact creatures? Well, that's a pretty good draw. Let's see. Can we do
I
that?
think it was
5,
last week. It was my vehicle tribal deck last week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One short.
One short.
Oh, that's sad. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We needed 12 converted mana to do this, folks, for what we want to do. So what can we do instead? Oh, I even mispaid the cost. You got me. Alas. Forgot about this discount here. It probably wouldn't have mattered.
Up and at him.
GG. Game 1 goes to you.
We have yet to really see the spicy lizard go off.
Everyone loves some spicy lizards.
Alright, man, just so you know, Ben, I do have Ray Ruin in the sideboard, but you're not exactly playing creatures vehicles. You are playing non-basic lands, but it's not a big part of your strategy.
Of course you're running Ray of Ruin.
How could I not? It's so good in our meta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so we want one of these.
That out.
One of these.
Let's take out...
I can try that.
What do we go down on? Three more things.
All right. Our apparatus was not as outrageous as we hoped that game. You know, one of the things I really like about playing slower control decks is you know when you misplayed. For aggro decks, you just kind of have to hope that your hand is good and like hope that you mulliganed well or not. But it's impossible to know whether the mulligan was right or not.
Why is that?
If you're playing control, well, because basically your main decision is not how you sequence your spells; it's what hand you keep. Because you're linear, you have this linear game plan that wants to end the game on turn 1 or turn 3 or turn 4. Sorry,
I meant
turn
more.
1.
I meant more about the
control.
The control,
aspect.
yeah.
It's just like I knew I mispaid for that that finale of Revelation. I knew that I should not have held a counter spell earlier, and I should have countered his Free Strider Lookout because they just kept chipping in for 3 a turn. No, go away.
Spell Pierce? Okay.
I don't love it.
Okay. Well. Gotta cast something.
Okay.
You know what? Just because I can.
Alright.
Does literally nothing, I think. Well, maybe not literally.
There are ways in which it could matter.
Alright. Question now is... No, I think we do this.
Okay.
Because if I had played the land first, I could have gotten 2 of them, but I wouldn't have gotten the trigger.
You got the trigger.
What I've learned is that I need to go faster than you somehow. Because once you get to like 4 or 5 lands, it gets real rough. Real rough.
I think I made another misplay. Actually, there wasn't necessarily a way I could to know, but it was a risky play.
Okay. Will they counter my Free Strider Lookout?
Resolves.
Oh, you don't have anything to commit a crime on in your graveyard, Ben. I can commit a crime.
Yeah, you vacuumed it up.
It's true. Ooh. It's getting spicy.
This is the first time you're able to get out Vine Lasher in our games, I think.
It is, yeah. Okay. I think I'm learning how to play this matchup a little bit better.
It's a weird matchup, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you know, we don't run into decks like Jank in the testing a whole lot. So many times in the... I keep saying episode 26. Am I right? Is it...
This is episode 26.
Yeah, in our 26 episodes, so many times, and I know this must have happened to you at some point, where you just like... You're testing on ladder, you're testing in play queue. You know, you're seeing stuff, and, oh, okay. And...
I don't want you to get a crime trigger off it.
Yeah, makes sense. And you come in, you're like, oh, okay, my deck is missing this, my deck is missing that, and then you come in and the jank is just so heavy that it didn't even matter.
You got a gulch off that? Okay.
I did,
That hurt.
I did. I'm going to get on a counter spell here.
Resolves.
Alright. The question is... Counterspell? Ooh,
Nope.
That's not good for you.
Well, you didn't hit a lot.
No, I didn't, unfortunately.
I don't think I'm dead.
Oh, I hit this.
That hurts a little bit.
This is what property crimes are supposed to look like, Ben.
Oh, you know about property crimes.
Yeah. It's when you and your gang go out and find a lizard with a vine lash and...
I may still be dead, but I can do this.
Let's see if we can get a landfall trigger here. No, not...
Okay. We striding. That's a crime.
It is, but I don't have my landfall triggers anymore. Hello, Schmovement. Welcome to the stream. We are on our third best of 3? Second?
This is the second best of 3.
Of property crimes, wherein we use our lands to commit crimes. Also ghost vacuums. Oh, that's a good one. First is...
Sure.
I'll let you say your deck, Ben.
This is outrageous apparatus. We are
Right, Ben.
winning the game with an obtuse control deck.
You have a way to stop me from just hitting you for 3.
I'll teach you a lesson.
But you can find a way. Find a way.
Assuming it's still in here. Your lookout has a weakness. It has a throat.
It does have a throat. Is there anything I can do about that throat, though? Not really.
Well, that's a pretty useless card at this point.
For a view of both hands, you can go check out Ben or Break on YouTube or Twitch. I'm not really getting anything.
Why did it pass through your turn? I had something I could cast.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll try again this turn. I suspect I do need that card.
Okay. Yeah, so crimes, pretty much if a card says target, that's a crime. So, for example, this card says target opponent. So I will target my opponent, and that's a crime.
That's the card I was afraid of.
I just drew it, to be fair. Alright. I don't like... Spell Pierce I don't care about anymore. 3 steps I don't like. But also, Mind Splash is your game plan. But I do need to cast spells to make things work. So...
You can't just cast my apparatus to win?
I don't think so, no. I don't think that's going to help me.
Okay. You're 3 steps ahead of me.
Notably, this is episode 26 of Jank-Off, and I am dangerously close to getting my first power Jank Award. But I don't want to speak too soon.
Even if you win the best of 3, we each took a best of 1.
It's
so
true.
We're even.
We might have to take a tie for time and come.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Okay. You bandit be bristling.
And yeah. Let me just make sure I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
Now I'm 90% sure this works the way I think it does. Cast Mind Splice.
I'll let it happen.
Okay, it happens.
I'm gonna tear it asunder if I can.
Okay. Before that resolves, we'll make another one.
Okay. I can't counter an activated ability.
That's true.
Alright, you can have that one.
Thank you. This is going to be the saddest deadly cover-up ever.
Deadly cover-up, Spell Pierce. I mean, I might just let it go.
Well, of course, it's the saddest one ever. Why wouldn't you let it go?
Purchase owner's graveyard hand library for any number of cards with that name in exile. No, I'm not gonna let it go.
It's interesting. You only left up 1 mana. You went for the win. What am I missing?
Oh, I'm a bad player.
Oh, no, you're not a bad player. You're just playing a spell that didn't start in your deck. It's okay if you didn't know exactly how it works. Notably, I also didn't collect evidence, so you weren't going to lose any cards from deck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
In case that swayed your decision. You've put all my evidence in your vacuum.
I did want to draw 2, discard 1, but I probably didn't need to make a copy.
Yeah, that was greedy.
Alright, I'll
Just
play
pass?
this. Why not?
Okay, well, you got another ghost vacuum anyway. Isn't that nice?
I sideboarded 2 because I can. Free crimes. Crimes are best when they're free. That's what my father always told me.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think I've met your father. Maybe once.
He's in jail for a long, long time. Maybe when he came to pick me up at college once, or at my graduation. It was a long time ago now, though. Oh, I need a way to kill you.
I've already got my win con. One of them. Have you met a mite?
I might have.
I swear they don't bite.
That's right. Toxic. WinCon. Plan Z. Alright. I almost did stuff on my end step. What am I, Ben?
And so it comes full circle. Alright, Mighty Might. I don't suppose you left in any creature removal in that deck, did you?
It's all gone. All gone. Alright. I wonder if I should just start exiling my own creatures.
Now you know how to play Ghost Vacuum.
I didn't even... Now we're thinking with vacuums. Okay. Because all I'm getting are these. Oh boy.
Let's see what we can do.
Gonna die to mites.
You might.
I'm about to get Firexed. Firec. Oh, now that one didn't work. That one didn't work.
I think we need one of these. Even though our opponent does know about it. So I'll just cast it before it can get vacuumed. Let's get this just in case. That's probably a game-winning. Well, maybe that might lose me the game, but I'm doing it anyway.
I mean, I still need to find a way to, you know. Boring old put your life total at 0 deck. Am I right?
Someday you'll play an alternate win con. I think you played 1 deck.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, that's a Lumra. That's another lookout.
Ooh.
What's it going to be there, friend?
I'm gonna learn how to use a vacuum.
Alright, what's under there? A Raven and a Lumra. Resolves.
But I left one card in there.
All right, that's a crime.
Flying bear. There we go.
You found the gulch. You found the gulch. GG.
Oh, what a Jank-Off.
As soon as you realized you knew how to vacuum up your own graveyard is when I was waiting for you to do that, because I knew once you did, the game would be over.
I'm learning.
I wouldn't be fast enough.
We're slowly becoming a better Magic player. And with that, we have our very first tied power jank. Because I'm exhausted
that's
and
closer,
we don't have
isn't it?
time for more.
No, not with this matchup. All right, folks. So this might also be our first time not having a bonus game.
Yeah, it might also be our first time not having a bonus game, unless
We could consider that last best of 3 the bonus game, you know,
could,
and I
yeah.
get the power jank.
unless we both have insanely fast decks that can play in 10 minutes in a best of 1.
Yeah, I have decks that could play in 10 minutes in a best of 1.
Yeah, we might. I would be up for it, especially after all that.
No, because then I'd be tempted to say, winner takes power jank, and that wouldn't be fair.
Well, we also have to discuss who gets Heart of Jank.
Yes, we do.
So
So power jank was a tie.
Power Jank.
What do you
was a
think about Heart of
tie.
Jank? I think I know what I think, but what do you think?
I mean, have you exiled my entire deck in one go before?
Today I did.
I don't think you have. But also, I was playing some silly cards.
Sure. Some
Uh,
crimes for sure.
yeah, but I think the jankiest thing I did was putting a bird in my deck. I don't know. I think I'd go with you, maybe.
I think I would agree. Even though it's a rejank of Azori X,
Yeah.
X spell based jank deck, this was a jankier version, like a lot jankier. Don't play this on ladder, folks. I mean, don't play Azori X on ladder either, given how much artifact hate there needs to be in the meta for Corey Steelcutter. But this is worse. And it is very satisfying to exile an opponent's entire deck for 38 cards with a single spell casting
Yeah.
for 2 blue mana.
You know what? No, I just remembered that time you had both of our decks in your hand. That wins it for you, I think.
Yep, that's some real Jank-Off material there, folks.
Yeah, Gone Login. That's right. Yeah, so this is adjacent to Gone Login. Just.
Yeah, we both done landfall stuff at this point. Like I had Raise the Lands, which had a more of a combo angle. Yours was grindier and value based.
Yeah, so for more on this deck, you can go search the Ben or my own archives and see this one in action. It was very, very silly.
I can tell you exactly what episode it is in just a moment. Gone Login will be episode 16. You can find that in the MTG Sunday Jank-Off playlist on Ben or Break, and probably on AlbinoCheesemonkey's channel also.
Yeah, it should be there. I don't remember if that was when I started turning the corner on better production value or not, but if you open it and it's unwatchable, go watch Ben's version.
Episode 16. All right, folks. Sounds like we're both pantsed pretty good.
that was something.
Don't you love control games? I actually do.
I know you do. I do. I enjoy them too. I do play control decks and Keyforge quite a bit, but those are different. So there it is. My very first draw. Our very first draw on the show.
That's progress.
What do you know? I don't think we've.
The streak has been broken.
We've never had a draw on the show on anything.
How do you feel about that?
I think it's good. I think it keeps people in suspense, especially the people who stuck around to the end to see if I would finally take one. But guess
this
what?
Jank-Off is on the edge. We're edging
still,
so hard.
You're still on the edge of your seat. Just as we're on the edge of eternities.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, thank you.
When's that coming out? I don't know.
I don't know.
Speaking of other Magic news, one thing I do know is happening is the standard yearly ban window is tomorrow as of recording.
My bet is nothing gets banned. That's my bet.
I think that's probably too likely. I think there should be bans.
Oh yeah, I think there should be, but my bet is that nothing will be.
The only thing I'm reasonably safe saying should be banned is Corey Steelcutter.
Really, I would think Monsters Rage in before that. But...
I think I would rather see Monsters Rage banned, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Steelcutter is the more like exploitable card. Like it has a whole deck built around it, whereas Monsters Rage is just a very good card, and mono red will still be a thing. Even afterward, if it gets banned. So, yeah, I guess if I had to pick, I would say Steelcutter, Monsters Rage, Manifold Mouse. I think it might just be Steelcutter, though.
I think they're going to ban a card that nobody was thinking about, that we can't even fathom of.
They're just going to ban Stock Up randomly because it was the most played deck on the Pro Tour Final Fantasy. 67% even though it's only the most played deck because it's supporting broken aggro or combo decks like Is It Prowess and Azorius Omniscience.
My guess is they're not going to ban anything because it made up a large portion of the field but only had a 47% win rate. That's my guess.
Well, I'll put it this way. Say 90% of your field is one deck. That deck will have a 50% win rate.
That's fair.
Because it's only facing itself. Those are mirror matches. They're basically coin flips.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point.
Obviously, that's exaggerating. 40 is not 90%, and but you will expect as a deck becomes more popular, past a certain point, its win rate will actually approach 50.
All right, Ben, who's doing the sign-off today?
I don't know. Do you usually do the sign-off? I usually do the sign-off, don't I?
I usually do it.
We don't have a sign-off formula, as you could probably tell. So anyway, folks, thanks y'all for watching. I'll see you all next week. We do this every single week, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is 11 p.m. UTC. 26 weeks. Here comes 27 coming your way soon. I don't know exactly what I'm playing, but I know I'm going to brew it up probably after ban announcements. Just in case.
That's a good point. Though to be fair, we could still play with banned cards if we wanted, but I doubt any of the cards that they're banning would be. We don't play a lot of red around here, he says as he looks at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decks.
It is true. If you had to pick a least favorite color for both of us, it would probably be red.
Yeah.
Which no hate to y'all red fans.
It's not because of red's place in the meta. It's just because it's of all of the game plans, red is the one that I find the least fun personally.
For me, it's partly actually not the cards. It is more the meta.
Oh, okay.
I think aggressive strategies should exist, but I'm tired of them being the best.
I watched a good video.
That's all.
About the purpose that red serves as the plucky underdog.